Listen, the goal is to be comfortable.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
you're not.
Listen, don't freak out. Oh, we already have 3 folks here. Hello, folks. I hope you guys can hear me. Um, every time I try to set this up, I goof up. I have my wife hiding right next to me. So in the beginning, she said, "Yeah, don't worry. I'll go on my laptop. I'll sit in the other room. You can do it." Then she said, "No, I'm not gonna do it." Then she said, "Fine, I will do it, but can I just pre-record it?" Which I am completely against the idea. Then we compromised, and then as the day go on, she started freaking out, and then I started freaking out. Oh, I got Bobby. Thank you for joining, sir. So, and plus this weekend we had a major pipe water leak issue in my house, which took away a lot of our time, and then today we were busy with contractors coming to fix all that, and plus I work too, right? So I really did not plan this the way I wanted, unfortunately. So normally I do shoutouts. I talk about other channels, but unfortunately today I can't do much. But the number of the folks that follows me, they all have new videos. Cone has new videos. Nomad Honda has a new video. Sorry, no, he doesn't have video, but he's out shooting. He's been out for the last week somewhere up north shooting the fall video and all that, so he'll be posting. And then a bunch of others have new videos, so you guys can go check it out. And I'm sorry that I did not have a shout out prepared. So for the remainder of the video of this chat, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play some random videos from Iceland in the background. One of them would be this one. So I'll let this go while I talk, because I don't want you guys to always look at my face and wonder what's going on. I saw 4, now I see 3, but whoever's in here, thank you for joining. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, and then Cone, I didn't even have to ask. I got my thumbs up from him, so please do it. And so she's next to me. After I'm done talking, doing whatever I do, she's gonna briefly show her face, and then she's gonna hide. Please don't sub to me, don't visit my home. Home is closed. So guys, this interesting topic about subscribing to other people's channel, whatever algorithm YouTube is doing, it's still not that great. We have legit people coming, watching our video and subbing, and it's not being counted towards our so did you visit the GRE? I have a colleague of mine who just brought in some technical questions. Oh my god, now I'm feeling the pressure. So his name is Mark. He works with me. We've been working together for the last 5+ years, so he's on my show. Damn, man, don't go tell anyone at work, because I I'm sweating now. So thanks for joining. So again, I think after I finished my work, I started sitting down and putting some stuff together, so it should be fun. I hope you guys really like it. So before we go to that, so this subbing, so whoever is here, if you subscribe to other people's channel, things are messed up. So that's why Cone is saying don't visit my channel, don't subscribe. I mean, what's the point of having a channel if your subscriber count doesn't go up, right? We're all in this to obviously build our channel up. So it's crazy, but for me, I think it has been the same for the last 2 weeks. I would gain 5, lose 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is what it is. So I try not to stress about that. So there's 7 now and only 2 likes. Please guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Appreciate the link, guys and girls. Oh, so you got a good guy who will Guys, wait. No, you're not gonna. No sharing of channels. It's you discover. I love your videos. I travel through you. Damn, man, you're making me feel good, and I'm also under intense pressure. And I can only imagine my wife casually sitting on her phone, doesn't freaking out. So we'll get to Iceland, okay? And Cone last week asked me why Iceland, and my reason to him was, I think personally this is one of our best trip ever, and I didn't mind like sitting back pulling these videos. I still want to do a nice editing later on, which I keep saying, and I'm not finding enough time. So we'll get to it. But on Sunday I did another live stream of the Scenic Drive to Algonquin Park. So I'm just gonna play that very quickly. I'm gonna stop this, and where is my Algonquin video? So this video was live streamed, and a lot of people are watching it. They are liking it. It's amazing. So we took the Highway 60 eastbound all the way to Algonquin Park, and we which trail did we do? I'm talking to you, honey. Booth. So we stopped, we got our ticket, and then we stopped at the Booth Trail, and then the whole loop was 5.6 kilometers. Took us about 2 hours. I have great footage of that too. So whenever you guys have time, go watch this video, and don't forget to give me the thumbs up. So I'm gonna stop this video now. Algonquin Drive, go away now, and I'm gonna come back to this. So again, you'll see maybe this one will replay quite a bit, but my goal is, because she doesn't want to show her face and I want to showcase something, I decided that for each topic she's going to talk, I have a video pre-selected which I will play. But in times where I don't have any videos, then I'll just randomly play this. There's a lot of chatter going on, so we'll have to go to Iceland. Oh, RV there, you guys are here. Whoa, that's awesome. So RV there is another RVers that I follow. My obsession with RVs continues, and these guys are amazing. You guys are welcome to check them out. They just did their logo, I think, in the last 2 weeks, and if you look their logo, it's RV there, like RV and the the Google map thing, which I thought was a very creative name. I was hoping if I had enough time, I would have featured, or I would have prepared what I normally do to present these channels, but I'm sorry guys, I couldn't do it. Wow, we got 9 people here, so please don't forget the thumbs up, folks. Now my wife, strict condition was she will show her face for 2 seconds, and then she's gonna sit in the back and then answer my questions. So are you ready? Shall I?
Hope so.
Okay, so hold on, let me. So you wanted me to twist the camera and show you, right?
I guess.
So there she is. You can say hi.
Hello.
So I'm gonna question her, and then she's gonna be
I'm gonna try my level best to answer.
level best. So just to set the stage from the get-go, we have 2 kids. So for us, when we travel, even if it is a trip to a different province, it's a mission where we have to plan this, because where do we stop, what the kids are going to eat. So a lot of thought process goes into place compared to us just jumping in a car. Before the kids, we will just wake up and say, where do we go? And I remember we would drive to Buffalo every weekend, to a point that the custom guys, they knew who we were, and they're like, oh, you guys are back again? Yes. So when you're single, that's the easiest part. Can we change the host? My god. So Cone wants to change the host. So you want her to sit in my seat, which I'm okay, man, because she wouldn't do it. My goal today is, when we talk about it, I will ask her more questions about, because when we get ready for a trip, believe it or not, I don't do crap. I just wait, and I know where we're going, and I get excited. She has to Mark ESA. Well, we got Mark 2. Damn. And we have Paksik from Malaysia. Thank you, sir. All of you guys, thank you, because it's great that you guys are joining and supporting. And like I said, whenever all of you go on live, I try to come in and support. So thank you. What was I saying just now? Oh, the planning part, right? So I don't do anything. So she ends up planning or preparing stuff that are needed for the kids herself, and then she also ends up packing stuff for me. So she does a lot of the heavy lifting, such as planning where to stop, where to stay, what we're doing, and all that. In most cases, when she asks me, okay, do you want to do this, I just say yes, because I know I'm out and traveling, and I just follow her lead. So are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go. Let me stop this video because obviously we don't want it. So our trip to Iceland was 2018 in June or July.
July.
So it was July 2018. Obviously you land in, I will never get this name correctly, so Reykjavik. And how many days did we spend in Reykjavik before going?
Just that day, and then
Oh.
we left the next day.
So we spent in total of 7 days, right?
7 days.
7 days, and then we started driving east towards Selfoss, and then this next circle name, which I don't know what it's called, and then we drove to this Akureyri city.
In between, we also stayed in Iceland.
Oh, sorry, I forgot Iceland. So there's one more place where we stopped, and then we went to this, and then we drove all the way back to Reykjavik. And in between, we saw so many waterfalls.
We did a bunch of hikes. But personally, we rushed this trip because of time constraints. I would definitely add a few more days, but it wasn't an option for us. So we try to do as much as we possibly can. But if anyone that's looking to do it, I would definitely recommend a few extra days.
Okay, so let me go. So first day was Reykjavik, right?
Yeah.
I hope I get this. So that I'm gonna just play. I'm gonna hide the map. So we're gonna talk about this and then play this video. So what did we do on the first day, or do you want to talk about your planning process
we
first?
can say first day. So we landed there.
Yeah.
And we didn't get our Airbnb till later on. We didn't really plan much because at the time and everything, we went to that church. I cannot pronounce the name of that church for. It's the Iceland, the Church of Hallgrimur.
So I have a and this is the first time where I took my drone with me. I wasn't too comfortable flying this drone, so really I was learning a lot of stuff as we go. Okay. Wow, why is this showing? Oh yeah, and guys, this was 2 years ago. My editing skills were horrible. It still is to this day, so don't mind this huge stuff. So we went to this church. We drove around Reykjavik quite a bit that day.
Yeah, and then we had the appointment for Blue Lagoon.
Oh
for
yeah.
the afternoon, because we had to pre-book that to make sure that we get a spot. So we just kind of got to the airport, we picked up our car, drove around, went to the church, then checked in, and literally picked up and left for Blue Lagoon. So that was day one.
After the church, we drove. Do you remember how far? I think it was a 45-minute drive. Yeah. It was a 45-minute drive to Blue Lagoon. Obviously, it's a must-do when you visit Iceland.
Yeah.
So if you go to Iceland and you don't do that, then there's something not right the way you're planning your trip. So after this church, we went there. So give me a second. I'm gonna stop this video. And Blue Lagoon. So Blue Lagoon. What do you want to talk about? What can you say about Blue Lagoon?
Oh, we loved it.
So
it was really relaxing. Surprisingly for me, even though it was July, I knew Iceland's colder than usual, but I did not expect it to be this cold.
It was cold, yes.
It was in the 12, 13, 14 degrees, so I did not expect it to be that cold. But with the warm water, it felt awesome. And I guess we just got off the plane too, so it was very relaxing.
Yeah, it was an awesome experience. I forgot the price, how much we paid, but like she said, we had to pre-book it, and then once you go there, they give you all the towels and everything. And as you can see, it was absolutely beautiful, and it's warm water. It's very hot actually. Why is it called Blue Lagoon? Oh, we know why. Because of the volcanic ashes, right? That mix with the water.
I actually don't know.
I think I'm right, but Google it just to make sure. And Cone, great question. So these are questions that we should expect when we talk about destinations and prepare. We got 10 people, guys. I sincerely appreciate all of you joining in. This is awesome.
Yeah, because it's milky blue due to the high silica content.
There you go. So that's why it's blue. And we got Arti and Arul with us. She won't show her face, man. But
okay, there you go.
Okay, wait. Oh.
I'm trying.
So, we spent a couple of hours here. So, at the time when we went to Iceland, my son was only 6 months old. So
he was 8 months.
Or 8 months old.
Yeah.
Sorry. We didn't bring him in, but me, her, and my daughter.
We couldn't. I think the youngest, you have to be at least 4 or 5, something like that. I think 5. And I think for the smaller kids, they give you the armband that you have to put on. So we couldn't take our son, and the temperature would have been just too much for him to regulate. So he stayed back with my parents.
Yeah, her parents came with us too, and her brother, by the way. So he's right there, right next to me. So, in places where the kids were not allowed to go, or it was too difficult for the kids, luckily they stayed in the van.
Right, but one thing, even before I got there, one thing I read about Iceland was Icelandic people are very supportive of children. So even when you go to some stores, you can literally leave your children in a stroller outside, and it's super safe. Or that's what I read. We didn't do it. So I did see some moms with their babies or toddlers in the stroller, so they would just kind of hop in and out of water. And so if you do have children and you don't have someone that's there to watch them, that's an option too. As long as they'll sit or sleep through, you can kind of take turns and hop in and out, because I saw a few moms doing that. So
and one thing I forgot to talk about it is Iceland. Right before we go, we knew that food was going to be expensive.
Everything.
And we also knew that the car rental was quite expensive in Iceland. So once we got there, we weren't shocked with the price of the car because we pre-booked it, so we know how much we were going to pay. But Arti wants you to come back to the camera. But food, the minute we started spending, we'll talk about it more later, we found that to be beyond ridiculous as to how much you had to pay, and then also the opening hours of the stores. If you miss it by certain hours, then that means you have no food.
Right. Like what we realized was the people in Iceland, they are very, I guess, laid back. So the stores don't open till very late, and they close pretty early. So you kind of have to make sure you catch the window to grab what you need. Otherwise, there's literally nothing. And especially once you're out of Reykjavik, it's, as you keep driving more, it's pretty isolated. So whatever you need, you better stock up and be ready.
Yeah, that's I think the first day.
Yes, I'm sorry to interrupt. And another issue that I had was milk, because the milk bottles just did not have a single word of English on it, and there are so many different variety. And surprisingly, a lot of people there were not able to speak English. So I did actually come across that at a forum, and I took pictures. But when I got there, the milk that I was looking for, I couldn't find it either. So that was a little challenge, but eventually we did figure it out.
Yeah, at the time I didn't use Google Translate, none of that. Right. So we kind of struggled a little bit.
But it
wasn't bad, yeah.
It wasn't bad.
So after Reykjavik, I'm gonna just stop this video. Like I said, guys, I should do this without saying what I'm doing, but unfortunately I'm still getting used to it. So I'm gonna stop this and then bring back the Iceland map. So after Reykjavik, we started driving east. So there's two things that you can do when you go to Iceland. Is most folks that goes to Iceland, they do a small loop, which is called the
ring road.
The ring road. Okay, so I think it can be done within a day or two, right?
Yeah.
Most people do that, but we decided that we're going to explore the entire country. So we started heading east, and our next stop was Selfoss. Right? That's where we
where we're going to stop to, well, not the stop, our overnight stay.
Overnight stay was in Selfoss. Like she mentioned, in all these places we stayed in hotel, but one place was the exception.
No, so we stayed in Airbnb.
Sorry.
In all the places. We actually did not plan to go to Iceland till the last minute because it was the same year we were getting our house built, which was supposed to be ready in August. Yeah. And we just actually came back from Jamaica, and with small kids, I really wasn't open to travel that year. But then my brother brought up the idea and said, "Hey, why don't we go to Iceland for a week?" And until then, Iceland was not even on our radar. Well, we did have that as an idea, but not immediate plan. So it was literally last minute, and I think we booked everything maybe 2 months before our trip. So in terms of hotels and Airbnb, we were lucky that we were able to get everything that we were looking for. But in one of our stops, there's only two options: either a hotel or a hostel.
Was that Selfoss?
No, that's the one after. Skogafoss. It's actually beside that really popular falls.
So Selfoss, we still managed to stay in a Airbnb.
Yeah.
But then the third journey we did not find. So we usually don't stay in hostels.
We've never done hostels. Again, I have nothing against hostels, but with children, I just wasn't sure if that was something we can do. But we had absolutely no option. So, my brother kind of convinced me into doing it because he does hostels, and my brother travels a lot, and he stays at hostels every single time. And I guess the only good thing that worked out for us was because we were 5 adults, our daughter who was 6 at that time, and the little one, they gave the entire room to us, so it had 3 bunk beds, so at least we didn't have to share it with strangers, but the kitchen and the washrooms were shared. I would say I had a few panic attacks thinking about that, just because at that time was
our son was only 8 months old,
and I was still nursing him, so there's a lot of things, like it was just so scary. But once we got there, it wasn't actually as bad as we thought. We were just there for one night. So
you continue talking, but I'm reading through questions here. A lot of people are chatting, so I want to make sure. So Iceland is on the bucket list for Sundays with Heart. So thanks for joining us, guys. That's nice. How much is one night in Airbnb?
It varied.
Oh, she has the pricing with us, but I think this was the second priciest vacation that we ever had.
Right, but then because we were a few adults and when you share it, it's fairly reasonable. But I would say Iceland is on the more expensive side.
Quite expensive.
But we surprisingly, all the Airbnbs we've stayed at, they were in pristine condition. It was it was really spacious, and we even stayed at I would say pretty cool Airbnbs compared to all of our other stays. We actually stayed in like a farmhouse right beside literally a barn and a stable and everything, and we got to, so the stable actually offered tours, which we got to do as well. So it was an experience trip.
Yeah, wait, I think you went a little too fast with where we stayed, but anyways, we didn't know this, but we found out later that the Icelandic horses are extremely special. If somebody anywhere in the world buys one of the horses, they will ship it, but that horse will never come back to Iceland, and no other horses from anywhere in the world are allowed to come into Iceland. Their horses are one of the ones that can do something.
Trotting, I think.
Trotting. So only those horses in Iceland that can do it. No other horses in the world that can do what they do. So that was a crazy experience.
So to go back to Cohen's question, I'm just actually looking at my Airbnb. So one of the places we stayed at cost us about $300 Canadian a night, and this was for 5 adults, a child, and an infant. So when you split it, it's actually not too bad. But I guess.
So there's a lot of questions coming up. Okay, so Cohen, I hope I answered your question, but can you give us a price breakdown of how much we paid overall? Because I think our van rental, we rented a Kia Sorento, right?
No. Yeah.
Kia. So we got a Kia Sorento for 7 days that came with unlimited data, like one of those hotspot, which you could stream as much as you want. I think in Iceland I stream 60 gig worth of data in 7 days. Anyways, she has the price. I think it came up to about $3,000 or $4,000 for the van rental for 7 days.
The rental cost us about $2,240.
Okay, so $2,240.
And then we actually ended up renting that luggage because we had a lot of luggage and we didn't have enough space.
So again, it's one of the priciest, but unfortunately there's no way around, especially if you're with kids. And we were 7 people, right? So we got to make sure we find something that was big enough to be comfortable and then also store our luggages. And that was another problem. That's why we had to rent the extra thing that you put on the top, which ended up costing us a little bit more. Now I'm just going back to the map here. So we finished, we did Selfoss and then Skogafoss, I think.
Yeah.
There's beautiful falls there too. I have the video on my page.
But mind you, these are the locations where we stayed. But in between, we stopped at many different places to check out. So in between, we did at least 4 or 5 stops.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna ask you, can we talk about Brorfoss, the hike?
So this, I would say, this was probably my most favorite falls.
Yes.
It doesn't look as powerful or tall as all the other falls, but this one was breathtakingly beautiful. The color, the shade of blue, it was just absolutely beautiful. But getting here was a pain and a half.
Yeah.
We actually, our GPS kept taking us, I don't know, somewhere, and when we finally figured out the parking lot, it was quite a bit of a hike, and it was pouring when we went. So we left the children and my parents in the car, I know, and so
it was a good 3-hour hike, I think.
Yeah, but that's because we actually, we did it, like there were no signs, there was nothing.
Yeah.
So we did not know how to get to the falls because we were literally walking through bushes.
Yeah.
And luckily, we actually bumped into another family who were just as lost as we were, and we were drenched because it was pouring out. And he actually used his compass to direct us because GPS was like, it just wasn't helpful.
We followed them, right?
We followed them, and that's how we got there. So I don't really think it was supposed to take that long, but it's just we got lost. And because of that, it took us longer. And with the rain and the mud and everything else, by the time we got there, we were exhausted. And luckily the rain did stop, but it was still, spitting, and we didn't have water. So this was the first time, I guess, in my life, I literally just went to the river and drank water. And for my surprise, this is probably the most tastiest water I've ever had in my life too. It could have been because we were super thirsty, but the water was just so tasty. Like to this day, I remember it was so tasty.
And again, it's an unforgettable experience for us because, like she mentioned, it was a crazy weather, but we just did it.
It was worth it.
How much was gas price? I don't remember the gas price, to be honest with you.
No, I do have the gas prices, but I don't remember
how much per liter.
Like I just have it as we pumped for this much in total, and it looks like we actually had a diesel vehicle.
So it was diesel, okay.
So each time we're pumping for about $112 Canadian.
So you imagine one full tank, that's how much we're paying. And this is diesel, which is supposed to be cheaper than gas, right? So, again, I say this, everything's expensive.
I would say it costs us about $500 to $600 for gas to do what we did.
Yeah, but I would love to see, I don't know how many kilometers we did so that they can have a thing. But anyways, the minute we got into the airport and as we got out, we all ran out of water. And I still remember going at the airport counter asking for water, and I was shocked with the price. It was $5 for
It was something ridiculous.
Yeah, and I just froze. I'm like, this is how much I'm not to pay for water.
We're not fancy travelers. We try to be as budget friendly as possible.
We're cheap.
So,
we're cheap. Yeah.
And it was expensive. But then we did have for the rest of the trip, Iceland Water is supposed to be super clean. So aside for our little one, we actually just drank water from wherever we went, and it was people even recommended you can literally just take water from the river and drink it. It's fine because these are fast flowing rivers, and we did do that, and we didn't have any issues. Even our 6-year-old drank the local water, no problem.
And I apologize, guys. I was trying to keep one video in the background and then switch as I talk my different topics. But the problem is some of these videos, because I did all this was live streamed, so I had to go back to my channel and download it. Some of them are not great quality, and I don't want you to just stare at my face. So I'd rather play something on the site that you can watch. So we just went through the Brewer Foss. We talked about that. What else that I have here? We talked about the church.
We stopped at so many places.
Yeah, and as we continue, like I said, we stayed in a I want to call it a farm where we got to experience farm animals and stuff. So our kids were lucky enough that they were able to go and
we were able to we did a horseback ride tour. So they kind of took us around town, and the tour started I think at 10 or 11 o'clock. Then it was 2 or 3 hours, and it was still like daylight.
Yeah. And sorry, right now I'm talking about the geothermal. So you want to talk about this? I don't know exactly where along the way it was, but this was a must stop for us, where we got to walk around. And as you can see, it was extremely important for us to stay on the designated trail, because if you go to your left or to your right, this water is extremely hot, so it can literally burn you. So there's warning signs, but if you follow through, like you can see, it's crazy, right? See, this is a problem if you don't plan properly. I tend to get lost. Now we're kind of going all over the place, not even the way we discussed it, right?
Yeah.
So again, guys, forgive me, I did not have enough time to do a proper planning. But one more thing I want to touch very quickly is we landed, and then because it was summertime, there's no darkness beyond a certain point. I think it's like after 10 p.m. till the next day morning, it's exactly the same. So I remember I was very intrigued, and that's the first time where we experienced that, right?
And with kids, especially our 6-year-old, who absolutely does not like to sleep, I would recommend bringing
something like
a sleeping mask, because otherwise there's no way we could have gotten her to go to bed, because it just felt like it was daylight outside.
Yeah, and this video we recorded I think at 2 a.m.
Yeah,
something like that, and it would stay like this till the daylight really breaks. So we were amazed at this, and like she just mentioned, there was some getting used to in terms of sleeping. My daughter was only 5 at the time, right?
5. She was 6.
She was she was turning 6. She was 5 going 6. This is 2018. Anyways, we got some getting used to be done when we did this. I'm trying to see. So we talk about the church, price, van. We briefly just looked at the geothermal videos.
Yeah.
What else? I think when we were discussing this, we had so much to talk, but then, well, we did had an agenda as to what we're gonna do, right?
Yeah.
And now we're just kind of both looking at each other, and it's only 9:30. And I know for a fact she already told me right from the thing she's not spending 2 hours with me. She's like, I'm gonna come talk about this and get out, and you can do whatever you want. So we're literally like
this
30.
is not my forte. I like to do the background work and plan everything, and just let him do the show, because yes, but I'm getting there slowly.
There's something else. Remember that black sand?
We went to you're skipping through a lot.
Yeah, I think
I can try to. So on day 2, if we were to go through what we actually did, we went to Pingvalir National Park. That's where you can actually. That's where the 2 plates meet.
Oh yes,
right, and you can actually snorkel there. We didn't do that because of time constraint, but I would say that's an adventure. I would definitely recommend.
Looks so beautiful. You keep talking, and I'm just paying attention to the chat.
That was our first stop on day 2, and from there we went to Brewer Falls, which was a falls that we got lost and finally got to. And then we went to see the Geysir. It's where the active.
Oh, that's the video I was just playing now. You know what? Let me go back and play this. You keep talking. You keep talking.
Right, and then we went to Carrid, which was a crater. And you can actually hike around at the top, and you can climb down close to the water. It's beautiful.
And I have 13 people, guys. Really, thank you all. And again, I apologize for my lack of having a proper planning done, but you carry on. Looks like a lot of my colleagues are here, so thank you all. And please don't talk to me about GRE tunnels. I talk about troubleshooting customer problems all day at work, and I don't want to think about that here. So Mark, you're gonna stop saying that. I see Tom said something, and one of my good friend who was an admin for the chat deleted. So I don't know what you said, man. I hope he's not too terrible. So before we talk about whatever else, look into all the other stuff that we did. For those who are here, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, because apparently that's very important. And if you guys have any questions, just shoot at us, so this way we can answer the best way we can. Do food to next travels. Oh, you know what? It's funny, Mark. So my colleague called me up the other day, and he's like, "Yo, it's great that you're doing this travel channel, but part of travel is also talking about your experience with food," which is so true, because we try the delicacy wherever we go, right? And it doesn't cross my mind that I have to take videos about that. So going forward, we are gonna do it. I don't know how detailed it will be, but we will vlog about the choices that we make in terms of food, especially when it comes to kids, because I find it that on YouTube, if you're a family traveler with young kids, there's a crowd that just looks for information pertaining to traveling with kids around the same age as us. So whatever experience that you have, they look at that and they try to to recreate or plan along the same way. So if you haven't given me a thumbs up, thank you. And there's a bunch of people here that I recognize beyond my group of friends. Vala's Classic from Malaysia, she's with us. Those who have, all of us here have YouTube channels, or most do have active channels. Don't forget to check out Vala's Classic. She does a lot of cooking stuff, but she also started showing around Malaysia, which I find it to be extremely beautiful. She was showing us some nice I forgot the name of the place, but it's a cave. She was walking in the other day, and we were watching it for a bit. It was absolutely amazing. So please don't forget to go check her channels. I don't actively encourage trading your channels here, even though I don't think there's any harm, but you guys can look these people up and then go check out their channel. Just to recap, Arti just released a video 2 days ago. Arti was one of my guests 2 weeks ago. I keep forgetting the timelines. She now crossed the 100 subscriber mark, and you know what, I'm gonna go do a live check, and I'll tell you guys. I think last time when I checked, Arti was like 114. Oh my, Arti is 120 subscribers. So Arti, I think your hard work is paying off. So whatever you're doing, you're on the right track. So just stay focused. And then again, there's other people. Cone has a new video in. Whenever you guys can, go check it out. And it's funny, I asked him that question today. Sorry, what? No, you can't go now. It's 9:40, honey. You still have, so you better look into something to talk. I'm not letting you off the hook just like that. Cone did a video, and again, I was paying attention to the video this morning or this afternoon. The beginning of his video, it almost looks like the guy's flying a drone. So I messaged and asked him, dude, like, do you have a drone? And it turns out that no, he doesn't have a drone. He used a footage from a cruise. So it looks like he had a phone in a cruise, but it was hard for me to tell that it wasn't a drone. So I had to ask him the question, and he, he was nice enough to come in and clarify. And from the people that I can see here, so Arti has a new channel. Errol, get on it, or support your wife. Mark doesn't have it, and I have Tokyo Smith, who also does crazy videos, and I apologize, I did not check if Tokyo Smith had a release, but I think out of the whole gang, looks like Tokyo Smith, you're well on your way to getting your first 1,000 subscribers. I think you're in your 600, mid 600. So if anybody here not subscribed to my channel, please do it. And if you guys know at least one friend that can come to my channel and watch 2-3 short videos and then subscribe, I highly encourage it. And I also see, that's Francis Damore. So we have another colleague of mine from work also here. Jeez, so a lot of you guys are here, so thank you. I see Errol already congratulating, but again, I think in the gang that we all are part of, he may be the first one that I know, or there could be other ones. I'm not paying attention, but earlier there was Sundays with Heart. You guys are more than welcome to check out their stuff. Before I come to you, I also want to mention that this Wednesday I have a guest. His name is Bobby. He's from the States. He's gonna join us. He's a young, I'm gonna say kid, but he's very young. Quit his job in the restaurant field, and he is now a career coach. And he did some local travel within the US. He wants to travel to international once the COVID-19 disappears. And he is the first one that I know who had COVID. So that's my guest. And then Friday, I think my buddy is still on, where he's a born and raised in the Philippines. He's gonna come in and join us. So again, with the few videos that I had, I think I've been playing them quite a bit. So I'm just gonna see if there's anything here that I did not. So see, I did not use the church. So now I'm gonna come back to you, wife. Can you please talk about a couple of other? So go for it. You can talk.
No, it's like I mentioned before. We saw.
Alright. Akureyri.
Video shoot over there that made it go really viral. That place was swamped after, but it is a beautiful place. I think that's the background we actually
I was going to say,
right?
the background that I have.
That's the canyon. We got there super early in the morning because it does tend to get packed as the day goes by, and when we were there, the timing was perfect. It wasn't super crowded, and we had a pretty good look around the area. And another place was Jokul Sarlin. I guess it was a glacial lake where you would see the I guess, little glaciers just floating around, and you will kind of see where there's sea lions.
Yeah.
And stuff on the glaciers. You can do a little cruise there. We didn't do it. We actually didn't. Usually we like to do a lot of excursions when we go to places. Like for Iceland, we really did rush the trip. So usually when we travel, my biggest concern is just trying to see as many places as possible so that we don't have to go back and go to a different place the next time. So I do tend to rush things and make it a little bit more ambitious than I should. We usually get it done, but our trips are very hectic, and we do come home more tired than when we left. That's just regular trip, and that's another reason why he brought up food. We are foodies, but when we travel, we actually never have the time to try food as much as we would like to. So most of the time we're on the go. So we grab whatever we can so that we can get to our next destination. So that's one of the reasons I would say why we don't have too many food-related videos.
Yeah. But
so in Iceland we didn't do many excursions, but they do have really cool excursions. They have even glacier walks and stuff, which I would have loved to do now that I look back, but we never did. So that was another spot that I would definitely recommend. The next one was Reynisdrangar. It's by the beach. You cannot swim in that beach because it's extremely dangerous. Yes. The waves were super crazy, but the rock formation on the side, it's just literally like aliens just dropped there and did something. And so that was another location I would, and I believe the sand was black. It's a pretty cool place to go to.
I feel horrible for not having those videos. I did download them, but the problem is I use this software to broadcast, right? If I don't have it set up in time, what happens is during the broadcast, things are all over the place. So right now I'm trying to add those videos, and again it's screwing up. But if you guys go to my channel, I have a playlist called Iceland where the majority of the videos are dumped in there. So you guys can actually go and watch them at your leisure.
And I mean, if anyone is looking to go to Iceland, you can always, I guess, message them and we can give you the itinerary.
So
right, and then you can kind of, I guess, stretch it out if you're going to spend more time and do some of the excursions, which we never did. So, but I guess we hit the main spots, all of it except for one location. That's where I guess the Game of Thrones.
Yes.
That's the only location we didn't go to because. Again,
no, actually, I think we did.
No, we didn't go there. That was because we just did not have the time. So that's the only part I would say in Iceland that we didn't see that we would have liked to see, but maybe one day we'll go back. Who knows?
Yeah, and there's this famous ice cream place that you made me drive.
Yes, that was in Reykjavik, and they had.
It's crazy, and I know you have the video, right?
Yeah, I took it. Yeah.
So I'm just going around hiding geothermals.
I think it was called Valdis.
Yeah, I even had again, all this is available on our channel, so you can go and check it out whenever you want. A lot of questions. Raised this for our beachside. Games of Thrones was shot there. So no, see, Cone pointed this out to me. One of the location that we went was.
Okay, so I'm referring to one with the mountain and the falls.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, see, so we did go there, okay. and you're right, because I had to Google it after you pointed out. You know what's so funny with that, Cone? I'm not a fan of Game of Thrones, so I had no idea about this till you pointed it out. And same thing last year when we went to Croatia, Dubrovnik. Until we were driving towards Dubrovnik, and I started questioning. I was going, okay, what's so special? That's when I found out that there's some.
And I'm not a Game of Thrones.
Yeah, we're both not.
Because
so
when I plan, I do read. So I just read it from forums that I know what it is. But aside from that, I'm not.
Yeah. But you have the cost breakdown, like total.
Yeah.
So again, I apologize. I know a lot of you are very interested in joining this feed and supporting me. And I do want to make sure that I don't waste any of your time and I give you some valuable information. Even though
so the place that I really wanted to go to and didn't have time was Snæfellsnes in Iceland. So that's that iconic place with the mountain in the backdrop and I guess 3 small waterfalls right in front of it. We just didn't have the time to go, so that's one spot I guess we've left to hopefully
but I think there was quite a few places that we could have done if we had more time. One of them was taking the boat on the northeast or northwest.
We didn't do any excursions. And Iceland, their glacier walk is
it's another
to be, phenomenal. So that's, and I didn't realize it till we were in Alberta and did the glacier walk. I absolutely fell in love with it. So maybe for that sake we might go back. Who knows?
I don't know if we say this to every places. We said that for Maldives. I said that for Budapest. I said that for Iceland. Even though I don't mind doing Iceland, we were lucky because when we flew 2 years ago, we still had the WOW Airlines.
WOW Air, yeah.
They were in service and they were flying to a bunch of destinations. So we thought we could go back, fly through them, stop in Iceland for a day, rent a car because we still want to watch the Northern Lights, right? If you go during winter time. So we decided that we were going to do it. But now that WOW Airlines is out of the picture, it's only Iceland Air, I think, right? Mm-hmm. And then there's a bunch of other airlines. So now the problem for us is when we plan the international trip, whenever that happens, you also have to make sure that it fits with where we're going, right? I think this will be very short.
Very short.
So we've been live for about 51 minutes and 27 seconds. Like I said, if we're presenting, I want to make sure people are getting some useful information so that even someone playing back will get it. Unfortunately, all the videos that I have, I think I played them all. We played the Vesterholm Drive, Brofoss, Reykjavik driving, whatever. I'll let this go because at least you have something else to look at other than my face. I think my water pipe issue at home kind of caused a lot of problem for us, at least for me, in terms of planning my stuff properly. But do you want to give the entire cost? I think I asked you that already. So because this trip, her parents and her brother came with us, usually what happens is one person will end up spending the money for everything, and then because she is the accountant, she'll come and do the breakdown. She has her Excel sheet with how much cost and who owes how much, right? That's how she works. But where do you save them? How do you go back to them something that we did 2 years ago this fast?
I know, I have it.
Anyways, we got, oh man, we got a full gang. Yo, you guys are making me extremely shy right now. Thank you though.
You showed up on the day
and a lot of them, yeah. So, and you know what? Now that you guys did this tonight, I expect whenever you can, you should come. And amongst all of us here, some of them people that I know well, there's quite a bit of travelers. I don't know if Francis Damore is still here, but he travels quite a bit too, from my understanding. Anyways, if you can get to the pricing fast enough, we'll just give it. I don't know how much useful that is because over time these things changes. But other than that, I think we're done. Is that fair?
Pretty much. I would say we spent about 1,800 per person.
1,800?
Yeah.
So that's not bad.
It wasn't too, but that's because we did split it, and for food we actually, we never ate out at all.
Yeah.
I would say we ate the most unhealthiest in Iceland because all we ate was, we went to their version of no frills, which was called Bonus. Yeah, and that was the cheapest grocery store you can find in Iceland. And we literally would just buy bread, ham, and cheese, and some sauces, and I would just make them in the car while driving, and that was our lunch and dinner. And then for we bought cereal and stuff like that, and then the only time you ate out was in IKEA.
Oh, so the last day.
Again, it was cheap there.
The last day before we leave, a colleague of mine told me, hey man, go check out IKEA in Reykjavik. I'm like, why? What's so special? Is like that's the only place where you can go, eat a good meal, and also I don't know if any of you guys here know, they make their own beer. So there's IKEA branded beer that you can buy. So as soon as I found out about that, I told her, you know what, that's for me is a must. So we drove to the IKEA, we grabbed a meal, and then obviously, yes, I think I have a picture. See, this is something else I should have posted.
The reason I guess our trip wasn't super expensive was because of that. But I've had friends who went there and they went to a restaurant every day. Food will be super expensive. We didn't have the time because our itinerary was super packed. Yeah. That by the time we got to, like, there are days we actually got to our Airbnb at like 11 o'clock at night because we were just swamped throughout. So even if we wanted to stop by for dinner or lunch or anywhere, we wouldn't have had time anyway. So because of that, we saved a lot of money. But I guess the car rental and the stays add up. But majority of the places are free to visit anyways, except for a few.
What? No Costco? $1.50 a hot dog in Iceland?
We actually did go to Costco.
There is Costco.
Gas, but
there is Costco, and I think we pumped gas
there, yeah, but we just didn't go inside because...
No, we attempted. There's a video on that. So what we did is, her and her mom, they were so interested in going into Costco. I don't know why. I'm like, why do you want to go into Costco? For me, the important was, let's go to IKEA and grab my drink. But no. So lucky for me, as we stepped into Costco, they were closing down. So I was the happiest camper. I said, that's it. You know, your dream of shopping at Costco is done. Now let's go to IKEA so I can grab my drink. And another funny story. So because we were so packed, I didn't get a chance. Normally what I like to do is on the night when I stop, wherever I am, I like to grab a beer or two and drink. But because of how expensive everything was and how packed our itinerary was, I just said no.
And really, I guess if you're gonna do the entire loop around Iceland, after a while, you absolutely will not see houses, stores, nothing till you get to like a main city, and by the time we were trying, like all our stops were in the main city, so we didn't get there till all the stores were closed.
Yeah, and driving wise, I think because we went in the summertime, it was pretty safe. Though I would not do overnight. We did not do any overnight.
We didn't do overnight, but we did do some late. But then again, it doesn't get dark there, so that wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
But I don't think majority of the roads around in winter, I don't even know if they're...
No.
Because I do recall seeing some signs there saying in winter, if an accident or something happens, it might take them hours or days to come rescue because it's just that much, it's that isolated.
And I have the DC3 video. Hold on.
And this is where your drone stopped working too, so you don't have too many drone footages.
So my drone broke down as I was this plane that crashed, not crashed, but landed in a couple of years ago, right? I had that video, but damn it. Anyways, you park and it's a 5-kilometer walk one way to see the wreck. DC3 or DC9 wreck.
Yeah.
So that walk was extremely brutal, and we also found out later.
DC3 wreck.
Yeah, DC3 wreck. Again, guys, I'm sorry, but you can go check it out on my playlist for Iceland if you want to see the video. So we found out when we went, we had to park all the way and then do that 4-kilometer walk to see it. But before, I think the summer before, you could drive very close to it. But what happened is a lot of people started driving towards the wreck, but then they started going all over the places. They ended up getting lost, and then it was costing a lot of money for finding them. So the government decided, saying, nope, you park here, and then they had a way to walk to it and back. So we did that.
And it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, just flat.
Yeah, it was flat. Yeah, nothing.
And it wasn't hot, so it's not like we were dying.
Yeah. But overall, I think it's one of my most memorable trip. It's so beautiful. I wish I had a better camera. I borrowed my colleague's GoPro 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I didn't have enough storage, so I wish I had the gears that I have now. I would have
But
had.
this was like your pre-YouTube day, so that wasn't even on the
Well,
radar,
I started my YouTube there, but she wouldn't let me spend the money to buy the gears I wanted. The drone, I had to fight for it. I think I threw a fit for 2 weeks straight. I think I was get ready to go on a starving mission to get it. So she agreed. I bought the drone. It was brand new as soon as it came. But day 3, the freaking drone stopped flying. Something broke. So the next 4 days I was so upset about that I was just complaining, and I ended up coming here, sending it for repair, and I got a new one. So and the problem with Iceland with flying a drone is you can fly it in certain areas, but the minute you start going more east, it's so freaking windy that I don't even think that you can have a safe flight. So looking back, I'm like, you know what, maybe it's a good thing I didn't fly it, because God knows it would have crashed on me not knowing. So that's it. We tried. So again, there's a playlist, folks. If you have time, go on and play. I have quite a bit of it's bits and pieces, but then if you go in an order, you can see where we went and what we did. So I think this is awesome. I appreciate each and every one of you for joining, but I think today I'm just gonna cut it short for an hour and then prepare for next Wednesday. Again, if you guys are free, come join us. Like I said, he's a 24-year-old young kid, quit his job.
Make us look sound so old.
Dude, we are old. He's a career coach. I've never dealt with anyone who contracted COVID-19, so I'm interested in probing a lot of questions. And then he did a lot of local traveling, so super interesting, man. Brenda, thank you. I'll check out the playlist. Tokyo Smith, thank you. I appreciate anything you guys do is highly appreciated. So thank you for joining, guys. Like I said, normally when I see 9 people online, I get really excited and I tend to continue, but like I said, I want to make sure that I do a good show. I don't want to do a show just because I'm going to sit here and make you guys watch something over and over. So if I don't have good content, I rather, Brenda, you have to come back on the camera and say bye. Okay, you know what?
Of course, yes, I definitely would, I guess.
Here, wait, let me...
I'm not meant for this, guys, but I was forced into this, but hello and thank you.
Are you still saying I'm forcing you into this?
Yes, pretty much.
So you will never do this one? But
Well, I'll gain some courage as time goes, so...
Now, again, okay, I'm going to stop. This is the last comment that I'm going to make. When I do my videos, I had to learn. Oh, where am I? What am I doing? It's so hard for me. And Cone pointed this out to me earlier. I'm going to play another video. That will be the last video that I play. This is her trying to coach me when I was doing my live stream, what to say, to a point that she got frustrated because she knew everything and then she jumped in.
That's because I usually plan the trip, so I know where we're going, and I do read into each location so that we know what we're. And in that for him, I just kind of put it on the GPS and he just follows and gets there. He doesn't question. He doesn't know the background as much as I do. That's the only reason I tend to coach, because
so hold on.
I know.
It's quite a trek. It takes
listen
about
to this.
an hour and a half to get here. You can park your vehicle in, what's the bridge?
Ruara.
Ruara Bridge. And then there's a trail that you can follow. And as you walk, it gives you the instructions from Ruara Falls.
So she literally got pissed off.
It's not that clear.
It's not that clear. You might get lost, but
can
be
you guys hear me
patient.
on this video or not?
If you have access to internet.
Oh, and make sure you bring like an internet connection, or you have data connectivity, because you might have to look at some information. So,
Some directions when you get lost, which happened to us.
yeah, we got lost and we had to Google it. So enjoy the
But
trip.
here we are. They call this the hidden gem because it's not too many people know about it or visit it, because it is quite the trek. The water is blue, It's like turquoise, and the good thing is it's not that crowded, so you get a lot of time on your own. It is raining right now, so make sure rain gear is part of your attire, including waterproof boots and everything else.
Even though they're small vlogs. We're done.
And
this is live, eh? So.
I don't know if it's up
Oh yeah, so you guys can hear me, but I know you said you can barely hear me. So, anyways, I just want to point it out, guys. Brewer Foss. Again, you know, for me to try to figure this out, it's gonna be days. So, on that note, you will see this beautiful face more often.
Yes.
Whether she likes it or not, she has no other choice but to help me on my videos. So again, guys, thank you for tuning in.
Yes, thank you for listening to us. And
Yes.
I'm sorry we're not as prepared as we should have been, but we just had that little hiccup at home that we had to deal with. So
Yeah, and I can't use this excuse any longer. This is my 5th or 6th show that I'm doing. So the expectation on the other side is that I deliver some quality content. So I will live up to it, guys. I think I'm going to spend some time to edit my existing videos and post those too, because that's important. Cone says he's voting for that. So thank you all. I think it was
And Cone, I've been
great.
watching your videos, and I'm very jealous that you get to live in Alberta and we don't.
Yeah.
But keep posting them, so at least we get to live, you know, through your videos. But
Yeah. Well,
you're definitely lucky. We loved Alberta, so.
yeah, we definitely had a blast. And you watch Artie's video or no?
Yes, yes.
So Artie just released her video about her 100 subscribers. And
I just saw that on Instagram. I haven't really checked that video yet, but yes, Artie and Arul is a good friend of mine, and Artie's his wife, so I do know him pretty well.
Man, this is what I feel like I should stay. There's 11 people. You know, I don't get to have 11 people. Oh, we have a new... Oh, another colleague of mine is here. Again, a good guy who supports me by watching my videos and always giving me feedback. Yeah, that's Tipan. So today's show, I think I had the most colleagues from my workplace joining me, which is a great thing. So thank you, guys. Like I said, for those who are replaying this video, I want to make sure that they have something good to watch, because I don't like to go and edit this and cut the pieces. I don't like to do it. So I just like YouTube to upload it. So thank you for taking the hour and spending it with us. I wish you all a great night. Don't forget Wednesdays and Fridays. And I think going forward, I'm going to do only twice a week so that I can focus on my existing videos. So thank you, and good night, guys.
Good night, guys. Thanks for watching us.
Ciao. End.
Sorry, I didn't do...
No?